Hello, Pepin Falcons, and welcome to another edition of Math is More Than Fun at Pepin. I am your host, Mr. Newber, and I've got a few minutes here, and what I want to do is show you how I define elapsed time. And if I go back there and mess with the camera a little bit, it's because I have it balanced on something to get this perfect shot, and if it starts to slip off, I'm going to grab it. There's no one else in the room, so there it goes. All right, elapsed time. How do we define elapsed time? It is the amount of time between two events. And when I say the amount of time, that sounds like something I'm measuring, right? Like maybe ounces of soda. Somebody might want 12 ounces of soda. Someone else wants 16. That's a different measure. That's a different, it's the same measure, but it's a different amount. Another one might be a quart of milk. Another one is gallons of gas. If we're making comparisons and we have to measure it, we also do that with time, okay? So what are the units of measuring time? Well, let's start big. I'm going to start by asking myself a question, and I want you to answer it for me. I'm going to put this over here. What is the largest measure of time that we generally find ourselves using? It is years. So now I have a question that some of you might have, and in fact someone did ask me the other day. I think it was Christopher asked me the other day, and okay, maybe it wasn't Christopher. But anyways, how long have we known Mr. Newber? How long have we known Mr. Newber? This is an elapsed time question because it's going to be the amount of time between two events. Over here, and I'll put it in red because eventually it will be Valentine's Day. Over here is the day that we met Mr. Newber. And that's enough for that one. All right, that's the day. Oh, so here we go. So this is the day that we met Mr. Newber. All right, the first day we walked in and he was in the classroom. Over here is today. Do you see what I'm doing? I have two events. The day that I met you and today. And the question is, what is the time? How much time went from this day over here all the way over to today? And I figured this out, and you're going to be amazed at the answer. You're going to think I did it intentionally, and I didn't. So how do we determine this? Well, we have to figure out when it was that we first met. So I have to define my two. Today is easy. This one, though, when was that? Do you remember when that was? Do you remember, Ivante? Do you remember when that was? Okay. This, first time you had me in your classroom, was July 24th, 2017. That's the first time I was in Miss Britt's class, standing there with my clipboard and my ink pen, and you're writing down in your planner and you're coming over to me. All right, that was quite a while ago, right? But there's still an elapsed time here between two specific events, and we're going to measure it, okay? So I'm going to look in here, and approximately right about here must have been July 24th, 2018, and right about here must have been 2019, July 24th, and right about here might have been about 2020, just this past July. So what have I counted in years? Remember, I wanted to pick the biggest one. See it there? Years. How many years from July 24th, 2017 to July 24th, 2020? All you do is subtract 2017 from 2020 and you get 3 years. So has it been 3 years since you first met? Yes, it was 3 years on July 24th, 2020, but that's not today. So we have to keep counting. So what are these smaller measures here that we're going to do on the way to get to today? Well, what is the next time measurement that's not larger than years, just a little bit less when we consider the size of it. Anybody? Yes, Manning, that's correct. Months, all right? So we have months. So how many months? Is it how many months from July 24th, 2017? No, we already figured it out to here. We're over here now. We're at July 24th, 2020. So how many months is it from July 24th to today? Well, we can't go past today and take some days off, so we can only go up to today. So July, we have August, September, and October. If I go to November, I'm going to go past with the 24. November 24th is still another week away, so I can't, a couple of weeks away. So I can't do that. So I have to stop at October of 2020. Am I closer to today? Yes, I'm getting there. See, I have this big chunk, and now I have a small chunk. And how many months is that? August 24th, September 24th, and October 24th, 3 months. Okay, so now we're up to October of 2024. This is October 24th, as a matter of fact. Now, what do you suppose is the next measurement of time that comes after months? What do we make months out of? Yes, there's 30, 28, 30, 31 days in a month, but there's a slightly larger measurement, right? And we want to take these in order. Weeks, that's correct, weeks. Thank you. Was that Spencer? All right, I heard you. All right, so we have weeks now. All right, so how many months is it? I just looked on the calendar. From October 24th to the 31st is 1 week. From October 31st to November 7th is 2 weeks, and from November 7th to November 14th is 3 weeks. November 14th was a couple of days ago. So this works out to 3 weeks. And now, what is the final one? We're not going to do hours and minutes and that's the fun we're going to do with worksheets for Miss Dorgelis, all right? So what is the next one? What's the last one that we can measure to get it to I'll give you a hint. Today, Ashley, today. How do we get to today? We're going to count days. All right. And today is, I believe, November 17th. So when we go from, we got to update this over here, right? This is November 14th. How many days is it from the 14th to the 17th? November 15th, 16th, and 17th. Can you believe this? The first day you met me in Miss Britt's classroom was 3 years, 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days ago. What do you think? What are the chances of that? I tried to come up with something to demonstrate elapsed time. Now, when I do the November 17th right here, I'm right here at the end for today. There I am at today. All right? There's no more time to do. Today is today. Today is Tuesday, November 17th. So look at this. So what I did was, I hope you can see, if I'm going to count the days between July 24th and 2017, I got a lot of days in there, don't I? I got 365 here, 365 here. Oops, this was a leap year, 366. All right, and I got a couple of months here. I don't do that. I'm going to start with the biggest one. Look, we eliminated all of this, simply by doing years first. And all of this was done, and now I just have to go from July 24th to October 24th, that's 3 months. Then from October 24th to November 14th, that's 3 weeks. And from November 14th to November 17th, which is today, that's 3 days. All right. I did all of that just to demonstrate that elapsed time that you do on a clock, the elapsed time that you do on a clock is the amount of time between two events. It can be like from noon until 3 o'clock or something like that. We have worksheets that you're going to be doing in class. But when you see that these are called elapsed time worksheets, now you know what that means. It's the amount of time between one point and another. Very specific points, and the specific points will be right there. In fact, there's faces of clocks on the worksheets. So we're going to do a few of those in the next segment. Okay? Good? Thank you. See you at the next one.